Hand and then Walsh.
Doing a power of work, Wiedering down back, isn't he? Yep. He's cut everything off. Here's Moons.
Play on.
Walsh, he'll run all night. Gibbons now been prominent already.
Right away.
Nankervis, Walsh. Cripps should get on the end of this. Around Caddy pretty easily, and then through Edwards, but tripped. Walsh backs him up. It was well done by the young gun. Now the handball wide. Moons can't shake off the Rioli tackle. Back to Walsh. Well done, Walsh. Brilliant stuff. Herno to keep it rolling short. Just got the foot there. Walsh. Sensational. Such great ball.
Walsh stands tall. Mackay in real good shape.
Edwards. Centre field. Walsh.
Dow, Curnow. Now the Blues a chance. Walsh outside of the boot. Check side to half forward. Jack Mackay and Pitnet, his first in his career. Pendlebury back into a congested area. The Blues a chance here. Zach Williams almost passes it to Walsh. From the circles.
Walsh inboard Saad.
At half-time and missed Graham Wright. It is a roll.
Yep.
To the members' side of the Coliseum. Here's a chance for Walsh, who Joe Watson was just speaking about. Away. Knocks it down to Maynard. More.
Real one-on-one opportunities tonight.
Bigoe.
Walsh, beautiful ball.
Nunes to Walsh. Over the top.
In the centre square for the bounce, gave it to Walsh. So Batman and Robin combining beautifully there to get it out to Cottrell. Betts was lurking. Walsh, become a star to Mackay. Loops it over the top to Nunes. Here's Walsh again. Goes with the pass option. He just floated that.
Take the dangerous space.
Well, how good can he be? Harris was the top 7 at halftime. Ryan's been getting plenty of footy out of defence, but Carlton are winning it at the source.
Play on. Curnow, chip kick, Walsh.
And the ball is back in motion. Walsh is sending it forward. Guess who?
Nice to a big occasion like Patrick Cripps has on this occasion.
Murphy. And it comes to a halt with Walsh.
Mackay leads short in his direction. Got it.
By 52. Kick didn't go far enough to be deemed a mark. Sam Walsh, though, can still see Fogarty. That great service for Gibbons. The handball's chained up. Walsh again. Eddie gives it back to Walsh. There's a handball over the top. Or a pass. That's better. Mackay will take it.
Final seconds playing out in a dominant Carlton performance. One last highlight, perhaps. Walsh.
Graham. Cripps feeds it back to Walsh. Broke that up easily. Petrevski-Seton, now Walsh.
The Suns have back, but it's just every time they clear their 50, it's just coming.
A nice 5 minutes here for the Blues. Challenged.
Jones has got it again here. So this is why you've got to win the stoppages, because Carlton have lifted in that area, and now it's just camped in their forward line.
Anterior cruciate ligament that was grabbed straight away, so
Walsh. Swallow. Did he get a push?
Mays. Jones, always straight lines with footy. And this time he's given away.
For how hard work pays off.
Second in the best and fairest last year to Wiedering in just his second year from just inside 50. Tightish angle. Oh, it comes back nicely. Wonderful finish, and Walsh enjoyed it.
Ali.
Nunes, Walsh, Gibbons. Nunes called to go now. Little slider to Walsh.
All of a sudden they're kicking at 73% for the quarter, Carlton. Makes a difference, mate. This makes the difference.
There is Boak. We just heard about him from the coach. Curnow nearly copped one in the snout. Coming the other way, Eddie Betts. Closing stages now. Port Adelaide well and truly in control. Pitnet drifts into a bit of space.
Pristine deck here at Marvel. Cameron's got it back. They hunt him down again.
Beautiful kick. Beautiful kick. And Walsh has got a 55 out. He runs to the line and thumps it long. The Blues need one, and that young superstar delivers for Carlton.
Robinson backs back. Walsh, brilliant. Blues about to go forward again. Walsh knew the traffic was coming. Loops it to Cripps. Had to wait for the bounce. Shoots the handball back to Stocker, but he was dealt with late. Play on advantage. Walsh strolls inside 50. A dart, lace out.
And again, another ordinary effort from McStay, who had to compete. He's a tall, it's a high ball. You've got to put your body in position to compete.
Walsh, Mackay, a long way down the ground, gives it to the running Walsh. What a great player he is, this young man. Gets
Ricochet back to him. Now Walsh, beautiful sidestep. Sam Walsh, brilliant.
It's moves like this that, I mean, that's just special. I know he makes that look easy, but that is very difficult. You've got to...
Direction of Cottrell, here's Walsh. Something good always happens when...
Up here by Snelling, caught in the tackle, ball knocked out in the tackle.
Corridor, it's Jack Newnes. A hard run provided by...
Comes inside here to McGovern, gets it on the half volley. Walsh, little kick out in front, superb. Good finish.
By 10, Pitnet. Stringer, there's Walsh. Doing the tough stuff as well.
Back in the path of Perkins. Walsh, he is such a competitor. Look at that, he's ripped it out of a big back, got it forward and has made something happen. Take a bow, Sam Walsh. Look at that, that's just sheer brute force.
Gibbons managed to get the hands through to Walsh. Good play. Eddie Betts around the corner and the hard-running Sam Walsh.
Desperate, likewise Stringer, pounced up like a cat. His good form, 27 touches of the footy today. This is the highest scoring game of the year.
But well played, Harry Mackay. The Dogs get one out of the middle. The Blues prevent the exit. Umpire hovers and says, we'll take it in the end. Into the corridor, Walsh has to wait. From behind, the Blues starting to get some belief here. Stocker to Walsh, cruises through 48. Good effort from Karmas, but Morton's had 4. Jack Silvani hit the pack at speed. Walsh, can he get free? He can. Good.
Interesting, at best. Down the line, Walsh. Can they respond and get something on the end of it?
And he will take the conservative option and find Walsh. 20th touch. Down the line, Mackay.
ball is just living there and coming there so quick.
Hitting it only as far as McRae.
Dogs have been brilliant since.
They were.
Leggy, they kicked the first.
Ground level. Chandler ripped in a really big tackle. Benny Brown just threw the handball out. Stocker with a snap. That's the one they needed.
Yep.
Not sure how he disposed of that either. Langdon. And that's gone straight into Walsh and out of play.
Around the footy. Handball. Interesting having a look at the depth. And you know that sides of Petrarca. Walsh. He's a gun. Walsh, isn't he?
Centre field. Might as well go straight down the middle. They've got to rattle the goals on from here, the Blues.
Pretty good back in the... Sure, well, that'd be a pretty good result from, I reckon. If they could get that, Walsh.
Phillips knew the contact was coming, but he didn't have prior.
Centre bounce, Tom Mitchell starts forward.
Reeves got another piece of that. Height, that advantage that he can take when it's a 50-50 ball high in the...
His man on the ground in Lewis, kicks it inside or towards the forward 50. Murphy's kick was a good one. They dive in on top of it. Umpire says, I'll have it. Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you can fake sincerity, you got it made. Walsh dances his way inside 50, drives it goal square. Perfection. And Owies kicks it from the goal line.
Marked by Jones.
Kick just went to 15 and was intercepted beautifully by the man of the moment.
On a fair day, 12th disposal.
He's got the David Parker.
17 points down to be a goal down, and Walsh another possession to set it up to Williams, who's got plenty on that and drives it all the way home.
Carlton. I haven't heard of this shepherd for a few years.
Walsh allowed to go, heads toward goal with possession 18. Well, they've been able to stop the sheriff, but they can't stop the deputy.
It's going to get the ball. He's in traffic. I'll hold the outside. So a lot of his possessions today have been holding on the outside of the...
It's Carlton though, and Doherty.
3 down to win this one this afternoon. Good tackle by Walsh. Holds it up on the wing.
And the Swans can try to work it out through Papley. Walsh beats Kennedy, pops it high. Mackay will get a run at it.
Trying to get in
in between him and the footy and fighting hard.
Ball for the Swans, thumped away from Stevens. Walsh again. Kennedy.
Chips down the line, finds Owies. Walsh had to be quick. And post the bye, they've got Port, West Coast and the Bulldogs. So important to bank these points as the ball goes inside 50 to Mackay.
Slap back to Doherty. He releases Sam Walsh. Game number 51, Silvani.
Fence to set up.
Natanui cleverly down to overly happy about it. The Carlton veteran out to Walsh. Play on's the call. Zach coaching him the benefits of it. Oh, look at Walsh.
Fair games. But it's rare. Here he is again, on call. He was tagged on the leg. He's kicked the goal with the advantage rule anyway. He is a goer.
Position, but what's the scary thing about him is you normally see a season or two to add a layer to your game. He does it within the season. So when he first came in, he was outside on the wing, and he's filtered in on ball and winning contested ball. Now ball over the back, but they open up that space back to him.
It's all against you, so Carlton really, they just want to slow down. Is it just a protocol or is it
Absolute a rule, Das? I mean, if it was a grand final, are you missing as well? Is it actually in the rule as a rule and it must happen? Or
yeah, that's how I understand it.
Saw Chelsea Randall miss the AFLW grand final earlier in the year, who appeared to be okay, but Picknett was concussed earlier in the game, and Nunes' kick was a ripper to Walsh.
Walsh, who's
and hemming yourself into the ground.
Walsh. Long ball to the advantage of Martin, and he'll then and now the low ball to Walsh.
Walsh and Fisher. Stocker. Good Sam Walsh's work rate. Superb achievement, that is Shannon Hearn. Incredible premiership captain of how the opposition rates Sam Walsh going to him tonight. It's the game.
He looked to have his strapped.
Once he came off and had an issue here.
Hopper, great vision, found Ward in the end, tricky for him, but again.
Newman through the corridor, trying to link up here with Walsh.
You had Jones coming at him, and the handball sits nicely for Walsh. The oval ball worked in their favour there. Walker can't cut him off, and he finds Walsh. And he sends it through Brown's hands. Picked off by Walsh, and he is off and running. Mackay's out the back. Rowe, led. Good wing tackle by Walsh. Silvani and Cripps extracts it to Walsh. The two combined, they'll be doing that for quite a while, you'd think. Long kick towards Martin and Eddie, they're both there. Walsh on the rebound. Little shrug off, feeds it out. Williams. Oh, the love in the house. Inside, Walsh. Who does he want? Eddie Betts. Why wouldn't you want Eddie? He's got the runner. He's got Walsh. He didn't want to go for home. Under a fair bit of pressure. Short Walsh. That's a good grab as well. And he's off and running. Didn't waste any time. He's got Wiedering out. In for this. Made the commitment. Fife caught. Dropped it. Gone. Up. He's got Walsh short. Floats it in front and takes the grab on Fife. The roller from Walters. Tried to get it towards Henry. He got it, but they've got him. Pearce, full-chested, couldn't take possession. Walsh does to Mackay. Chips it wide to Walsh. Kennedy did get it, and they do go. Walsh, Cripps, Fogarty, Silvani. Walsh. Back to Silva. Play on. Good handle. Kennedy through Harry's hands. Walsh at the back. Kept it in. A little roller. Big moment. Kennedy. Walsh bends it. Brilliant. This kid just keeps on rising. And that might be the biggest moment of his career so far.
Of the Fremantle Dockers. They need 3 accurate kicks. They've got to kick 3 goals to win it. Lose by 5. Or win by 1 point.
Petrevski-Seton, and now Walsh can go. He's popped the kick. Owies. And the Blues get the clearance. Kennedy, Walsh, the 1-2-3. Delightful. Now Eddie Betts. Petrevski-Seton. Not a lot on offer. Walsh. And did win a free. Hughes dealt with him. Becoming an amazing player, Sam Walsh. Just turned 21. Pulls it to the pocket, and Mackay got there.
Which is giving them an outnumber behind the ball. So they've got to be a bit cautious, but they've looked most dangerous when they've gone quick.
Possession 16 for Walsh. Heads toward De Koning. He stands under it. Nail on it to Petrevski-Seton. Here's Walsh again. Looks up to set it up. Couldn't get the kick away. Myers meeting the sandwich. Walsh spins out of a jam. Oh, delightful movement.
Games. I mean, the effort's always there. You know that from Paddy Cripps.
And here's Walsh. Possession 32 for him. Cadell. Walsh feeds on. Runs inside 50. Stylish bounce. Looks up. It's his to spend. He's a superstar.
In the end, I think he was forced into doing it himself.
No one is running harder than him right now at the end of this game. And look, I don't think he wanted to kick the goal in the end. And then he just sort of, as you said, summed everything else up and said, all right, I'm going to have to do something that goes against the grain a bit.
For him, he just ignored Cripps. Goes inside to Walsh. He'd prefer Walsh. Well, wouldn't you? He's crazy good.
So he had 6 possessions in the first, which was a little quiet by his standards. He's got on 11. Then he's 9.
Martin, a good pickup. Walsh just keeps getting it. Dow. Petrevski-Seton missed with the handball. Brown nice and hard, which is in his family's.
Pressure Petrevski-Seton to the 9. His Stocker again is forced into defensive mode by foot. Kennedy and Walsh, well, Kennedy may have got a hand on that originally. It's Walsh's ball, though.
Curnow.
He's back, guys, so I'll keep an eye on that one for you.
Petrevski-Seton, through came Roscoe. Poulter. Walsh got back to support his defence nicely.
A prodigious fist on it to go. His handball was shaded.
Looking for Grundy. Kennedy was still there. Silva. Pendlebury arms clear.
Betty traps on the half volley. Walsh runs a figure-8 to come back in board. It won't be the required distance to Koning and Grundy. Where's Collingwood's answer here? Walsh the clearance.
Almost Mackay. Walsh, here he is. Straightens up and has delivered. Is there nothing this young man can't do?
Broke the tackle and then they have the leg power to swing it over from that distance. Just been extraordinary today, Sam Walsh again. 33 disposals.
He's the man himself. A 34th possession will drive the Blues forward once again. An avalanche at the moment. Mackay, the latest recipient. His first man to kick 50 goals in the home and away period since Andrew Walker back in 2011.
Play the territory game and you trap it in there.
Walsh to Fisher.
Absorbed a tackle, got it to Sard. Walsh back to Sard and slides a handball to Cottrell. Plowman to Walsh.
With a wrestle in the middle of the ground.
Now the Blues continue to press.
Great pressure.
Good defensive pressure by Carlton. Plowman, who started the chain, back to Walsh now. The man from Ocean Grove takes a bounce. Trouble for the Kangaroos. Resets, goes inboard. Jassard was a...
And they've grabbed him again. Good tackle. Petrevski-Seton. Walsh gets the advantage. And the Wiedering again, who reads it the best, to Walsh. Walsh looks inside, sees Sard.
Had him under the roof. Saturday afternoon football on Fox. Walsh immediately to...
No doubt about it.
Gets through the hands of Scott. They might get it coming back the other way here, the Blues. Petrevski-Seton, the 1-2 with Walsh. He sees something he likes. And
didn't work for the Blues at all. They try some overlap with Billings. Cripps in the right spot. Back to Walsh. Jones to bring it away. And Membry now has work to do. Walsh might have been taken high. Now we've got a scramble. Walsh around the body, doesn't miss. What a star this young man is.
Give him that much room. He just got sucked into the contest and Walsh sat out far too easy.
Carlton, and the free kick, advantage paid. Walsh walks in, kicks his second.
Really just kick it straight down the line anyway.
Hughes, Walsh, Williamson through traffic, caught by Crouch Saad. The all-in-one handball while in there to the running Walsh with a magnificent kick. Saad gives Walsh a bit of space. The chipping ball was just perfect.
Highmore, same can be said. Martin, Walsh for his third. Got it. 3 goals. Cripps, Walsh. Little fumble from Crouch.
I thought he had him, but he didn't. Walsh. So started off the half-back flank, but up at the ball.
Favourite to Koning. They get a clear tap away. Rao is tackled by Walsh. The 2 McPherson. Rao again. The 2 number 1 draft picks. The 2.
Kennedy. Well, they gave him the room to move. It's Walsh. Start ticking. De Koning knocks it down to the front. Miller and Walsh tie up.
Dow will have to do a lot of that for Carlton, both today and into the future. Speaking of the future, Sam Walsh. Been there. Williamson.
Another change of angles.
I think Ruse had a bit of showdown letdown as well. He's a bit angry today.
Not happy. De Koning worked under it. Boak had to take a load with him.
Seton, junior coaches tell you all the time, you couldn't get a better example, could you? It's to be big this year. Just grinds him into the ground.
Walsh slaps it forward, and it got loose, Curnow. At that. And
inside 50s this quarter.
Last goal halfway through the second term for Carlton by Newman. Mark Murphy.
And Fogarty couldn't mark it.
Going back towards goal.
Steen dumps it away from Casbolt. Walsh knew exactly where it was going. There's handoff to O'Brien. He heads wide to Walsh. Good battle that, Walsh and Kelly. To Saad. Again, one of those who has played every game this year. 5 starting there for Ablett to start it half forward on his lonesome, and Ablett forgot the plan. Straight down the spine to Green, who couldn't get there. Walsh happy to take the heat and the Sharon.
Newman got a knee in the guts when O'Halloran went for that fly 25 metres out from the drive.
He put together some pretty good games this year. Stocker hits Walsh. Now they can go here. They've got runners left, right and centre.
Let's find Eddie.
Walsh held his ground.
Oh, Eddie's got De Boer on him now.
From the mad scramble in the middle. Oh, stolen. Walsh hands it up.